I imagine most of you are getting prepared for the arrival of Hurricane Ian. And while you are focusing on getting your supplies and preparing your home for the upcoming storm, I want to take a moment to make sure that everyone is aware of how a hurricane can affect your firearm rights. With Hurricane Ian fast approaching Florida, Governor DeSantis has declared a state of emergency for all counties located in Florida. He has even issued mandatory evacuation orders for some of those counties. So what does this mean? Well, if the governor or local authorities declare a state of emergency and they issue a mandatory evacuation order, some of the usual firearm carry laws no longer apply. Specifically, anyone who is not legally prohibited under state and federal law from possessing a firearm will be allowed to carry or possess a concealed firearm while evacuating, even if they do not possess a Florida-issued concealed weapons or firearms license, CWFL, or a recognized carry license from another state. Now, keep in mind that this applies only while you are in the act of evacuating, and once you have reached safety and no longer moving away from the evacuation zone, this exception ceases to apply. Further, you must finish evacuating within 48 hours of the decision unless it is extended by the governor. Also, if you are planning on evacuating to another state, please keep in mind that even states which recognize Florida's CWFL will not recognize the exception created by a state of emergency. Meaning, a Florida state of emergency will not let you carry in other states without a license that those states recognize. In the last couple of days, we have received a lot of calls from people who want to know if they can purchase a firearm or ammunition during a state of emergency. The short answer to that is yes, you can. Many people, however, are confused because Florida Statute 870.044 makes it illegal to buy or sell any firearms or ammunition automatically during a state of emergency declared by a public official pursuant to Florida Statute 870.043. However, that prohibition is specific for a state of emergency declared when a sheriff or designated city official determines that there has been an act of violence or a flagrant and substantial defiance of or resistance to a lawful exercise of public authority, and that on account thereof, there is reason to believe that there exists a clear and present danger of a riot or other general public disorder, widespread disobedience of the law, and substantial injury to persons or property, all of which constitute an imminent threat to public peace or order and to the general welfare of the jurisdiction affected. The current state of emergency is due to Hurricane Ian, not for any of the reasons listed in Florida Statute 870.043. Therefore, the law against selling firearms and ammunition during a state of emergency does not apply to the current situation. Unfortunately, some people view a state of emergency as an opportunity to prey on those affected by the emergency. So, Hurricane Ian is not the only thing that you need to watch out for. We've already established that a state of emergency can permit additional people to carry their firearm while evacuating. But does it change Florida's defense of persons or property statutes? A state of emergency does not affect when and to what extent you are allowed to use or threaten to use force or deadly force in defense of person or property. Although the self-defense laws in Florida are not affected during this time, the chances of becoming a victim may increase, so it is important to know how to stay on the right side of the law when defending yourself, your loved ones, or your property. Therefore, we advise everyone to review Florida Statute 776.012, 776.013, and 776.031, as these are Florida's three main statutes dealing with justifiable use or threatened use of force, and you can find videos on our channel that explain each of these statutes in detail. Hurricane season is always a dangerous time in Florida. Luckily, Florida law will allow you to carry a firearm while evacuating, and it lets you defend yourself from those who would try to take advantage of a potential disaster. We at the Firearm Firm wish you the best of luck during the upcoming hurricane and the rest of hurricane season. Until next time, stay safe and as always, be armed and educated.